Hey, how you doing, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of God's Concept. God Concept. I keep doing that. I'm your host, Mr. Pagan. Yeah, welcome back. This is a serious episode right here. This episode is about a problem that I'm having, and I know many other people is having too. There's people in Philadelphia that get into your life and try to ruin your life to steal your property. Okay? You gotta be careful with this type of situation because they'll act like they're cool with you. They'll smoke with you. They'll drink with you. You know, you have a good time. You know, you might extend, a hand of, courtesy, and they might extend one back to you. But for real, that's all a ploy for them to try to steal your property. There are women that do this. I'm pretty sure there's men that do it too. I sent the email out to the Federal Bureau of Investigation because I found out they're trying to steal my grandparents' property. Now, it's not mine. You know what I mean? I'm not doing it for me. But it's a lot of weird shit that's been going on in my life. And I know that these two women, they're tied to bigger organizations. They're tied to the streets and they're tied to organizations. There's a fucking building, Scannapieco Development or Real Estate building down there. Huge fucking building. Owned by Tom Scannapieco. And I'm pretty sure they're related to Tom Scannapieco. And I have Scannapieco mail getting sent to the house. And I have a Scannapieco woman, running around saying that I did something wrong to her when obviously she's just doing everything wrong to me. She stole my fucking car, made my insurance go through the roof. She stole property. I came out of one bad situation into meeting her just to be like, you know what I mean? Act like, oh, everything's cool, everything's fine, and then the underhook, basically. She basically drugged me, tied me up, fucked me, and robbed me. You know what I mean? In a nice ass way. And that's what they do. You know what I mean? That's what they do. I'm glad I found out and that I was able to, you know what I mean? Because I'm not one of those type of dudes that just go into witness protection or just snitch. Like, I'm not no fucking snitch. I'm not no rat. Before I go into an office and talk to anybody, I'd rather come on my podcast or drop a Instagram post or a Facebook share or some shit to let people know what I'm going through in my life. You know what I mean? To not really let y'all know what I'm going through in my life, but to address a wrong that's been done. Because it's not about letting anybody know what's going on in my life. I don't give a fuck who cares or who don't cares. But I care. I care about my grandparents' property. I care about other people's property. I care about them not being able to do this to anybody else. That's what I care about. Like they said, when you see the tip of an iceberg, you know it's more beneath the surface. So I know that these two women that I know that are Scannapicos and whoever else they know, I'm not going to put out all their business because trust me, I can really put them all the way the fuck out there because they in the streets and I know they deal with, you know what I mean, in the fucking offices and shit, And I'm going to tell you how I know, but I'm not going to put all their business out there because I don't want nobody else to get any collateral damage from this. I'm not that type of dude that's going to try to put out everybody. Even though I could really put them, like, everything the fuck out there. I'm not doing that. The only thing I'm addressing is the people who's directly trying to, well, not trying, they ruined one life for me. But I'm such a fucking man about my shit that I actually went ahead and I started a new life for myself. a more progressive life, something that's going to benefit more from my kids, where I don't have to worry about anybody being able to take away from me. Because to be honest with you, for me to do all the research that I did, and I did do my fucking research on these people, right? And what my research suggests that there's a bigger plan at foot here. I don't know what the fuck it is. I'm not a part of it. All I know is it's been a bunch of unfortunate events in my life, and it's not by coincidence. It's by design. And I know that, because they're tied to where I was working, SEPTA. I have a huge suspicion that they're tied to Masonic groups like the Eastern Stars and the Masons. I even have a huge suspicion that they're tied in with Philadelphia police, maybe even the FBI. I have no fucking idea. I got another suspicion that they could be some type of part of the mafia or a faux mafia. Because as far as I know, you don't do this to people you consider family. That's not La Cosa Nostra. If this is mafia I'm dealing with, that's not La Cosa Nostra. You don't do this shit to family. These are people that caregave for my uncle before he passed away. These are people that come into my house and speak to my grandparents, pet my dog, and we go out with me and my kids. People know my family. They know personal things about me. I know personal things about them. That's the part that hurt about it. And it's all because of spite. I'm going to be honest about what it is, right? Okay. These two ladies, the older one I slept with because she needed my help. And that sounds crazy. Let me take that back. She told me she didn't have nowhere to sleep, okay? She said, I don't have nowhere to go. Can you please help me out? I couldn't take her where I'm staying because I'm taking care of my grandparents. I'm not bringing a grown woman in here. I mean, even though I could, but I can't because it looks weird, right? 12 o'clock at night, I just got off work. What the fuck I'm going to do? So I said, all right, let me see what I can do. I couldn't come up with nothing. So I said, hey, let's go get a fucking hotel room. 2 beds in a hotel room, no fucking problem. You can spend the night. You got somewhere to sleep. I'll just, we can make a night of it. I'll bring some drinks, listen to some music, whatever. So we go to the hotel, have a good time. We had a brief encounter. Once, a brief encounter. Wasn't like anything crazy. We drunk. We listened to music. We had a brief sexual encounter. Me and the mother. This all happened before I even knew the daughter. This all happened before I even knew her daughter. She never even introduced me to her daughter. She never showed me a picture or anything of her daughter. And I'm putting this out there because I believe this was done out of spite. So now what happens is, now she introduced me to her daughter. Maybe a year goes by after our encounter. A year or more goes by after our encounter. Next thing you know, I'm like, hey, she's like, yeah, my daughter likes you. Don't tell her we screwed, because I asked her, I was like, hey, did you tell your daughter that we, slept together before? And she was like, no, I didn't, but she really like you. Don't tell her. Right? Don't tell her. Right? That was the agreement. Don't tell her. She really likes you. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Because I guess she like, all right, well, you didn't know my daughter at the time, so really it don't count that we had, sexual intercourse, because me and her daughter never met, never seen a picture, no nothing. So I figured, okay, whatever. If she don't want to tell her daughter, who am I to tell her daughter, hey, me and your mom slept together before? Who am I to do that? Right? So I didn't. Everything's good. Then slowly but surely I started to realize this fucking girl know that I slept with her mother before. So now it's this thing where we double talking each other about the situation, but kind of not, but kind of, double talking each other about the situation. But we're still like laying together in the bed, this and that, and I'm massaging her and touching her in intimate ways and shit like this. You know what I mean? Giving her fucking neck massage, all types of shit. Foot rub, all types of shit. Suck the toes and all types. But the whole thing is, once I found out she knew, I'm still dealing with this woman because, really, I was in love with the girl. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm still in love with her. I hate the fact that it came to this. Like, to be honest with you, I didn't even want it to come to this. I just wanted them to stop trying the shit that they trying to do. Make things right. That's what I wanted. I wanted them to make things right. Because they befriended my family. They befriended my kids. They befriended my grandparents, my uncles, my mom, me. I wanted them to make things right. That's all I wanted. All I wanted for them to make things. I tried to make things right. Shit, I passed the fucking Spartan sword. I was willing to let her chop me with the fucking Spartan sword. I felt so bad about the shit. I didn't fucking, I didn't know. Who am I to say? But to no avail, what I come up with is this was done intentionally to blackmail me, to put me in a situation, to get me in a certain predicament. So, unwittingly to me, the younger woman was stealing my shit. She was basically getting me high, tying me up, fucking me, and robbing me. It's like without me knowing it. Oh, I knew we was buzzed. I knew we was getting fucked up. But I didn't know that me getting fucked up was her inducing me with something. Like, yo, I don't know if y'all heard of necromancy before. I don't know if you ever heard of necromancy before, but it's a real thing. These women have shit that they could do, man. And it's amazing. I'm glad that I didn't get out of anything. To be honest with you, I don't know. I just know that I'm trying to make things right because I got a future ahead of me. I got something that I'm trying to achieve. I got something that I'm achieving. Not trying. I got things that I'm achieving in my life. And I do not like having loose ends like this. I don't like having it to the point where I'm trying to live my life and gain success and accomplish things that I'm doing in my life while I got something going on like this. Like, this some heavy shit that's going on in my life. I lost contact with him and everything. The last contact I had was today because I got fed up. To be honest with you, I've been set up a podcast episode as a contingency plan just in case some shit jump off or whatever. I got to defend myself or they try some shit on me or my family just to, make sure that they could get caught if they try some dumb shit, So episode 29 is never coming out unless some unfortunate shit happens. Then that's everything on the table right there. That's everything that I know And even some things not even on there because some recent developments came up. You know what I mean? Because I do my research. I'm looking into these people. I'm looking into their family. I'm looking into their businesses. I'm looking into what they do on a daily basis. I'm looking into all types of shit about these people. Because at this point, you're not just attacking me. You know, they cost me my livelihood. They cost me, you know, precious moments away from my children. To some extent, humiliation. You know, to some extent, in a lot of ways, it's just a whole fucked up, like, culmination of things. And not to mention that, they got people, they know a lot of people around me. So if I'm not around, it's probably because I think you know them. And I don't trust no fucking body. I gotta stand guard basically. Cause everybody I've been calling about this matter is either not interested in hearing about it when you call the organizations and shit. And I'm not talking to the streets about it because they're in the streets. And they're in the organizations. I'm trying to get the organizations because I'm not in the streets. I ain't gonna lie, I'm an author. I'm an author, babe. I'm a musician. I'm an artist. I ain't in these streets like that. I'm a tactical civilian. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna tell everybody out here what's going on. But I had to put it on my Facebook and my Instagram because this shit been going on too long. And to be honest with you, I don't know what might pop up or what might happen. You know what I mean? I don't know what type of moves they making because I'm not them. All I know is I'm putting this shit out here because shit need to be set straight, man. And to be honest with you, to be frank with you, they've been doing this shit in Philly for a long time. You know, like I said, they got a whole Scannapieco real estate property development group, you know what I mean, down 500 Walnut Street downtown. You know, and that's no coincidence that their last name's Scannapieco and they got a development group downtown, Scannapieco real estate development and all this shit. They've been stealing our properties, people. They've been stealing our properties. And they do it in many different ways. I don't mind being an example. I don't mind being a statistic. Because you know what I do? I'm going to show and prove. I could prove it to y'all. I don't got to say shit. You know, I could prove it. You know, these people is tied in with... They cost your livelihood, right? Because what they'll do is, if they tied in with the streets, they can influence what's in the drugs that you take. They probably know the person you get your weed from. They probably know the store owner where you probably go get a Lucy from. They probably could have a syringe pumped into your fucking Lucy. You know, they have a powdery substance that they get pour into your drink and necromant you, or basically put you under some type of control. It's like a physical hypnosis, if you will, a mental hypnosis that they could put you under with a powdery substance. They could pour it in your drink. They could give it to you because you would take it. You know, if you're into, you know, indulging in illegal substances or whatever, you would take it. And just like that, they got you. And this is what they do. They get our parents on drugs. They drive people out their mind. A lot of the people that's running around schizophrenic and things like that, they're not fucking schizophrenic. Somebody did that to them. Somebody slipped them a Mickey. Somebody gave them a roofie or poured something in their drink or gave them some bad powder or something. Like, I'm keeping it funky with y'all. This what's going on out here. They're literally getting in people's lives. They'll party with you and make you seem like, you know what I mean, they're friends, they're friendly, this and that. And the whole time they're doing it so they can get you in trouble, get you sent to jail, or get you on drugs so you lose your job, or any fucking thing. They'll have family members steal from you. They'll have your neighbors conspire against you. That's how deep this shit is. You know, and I gotta put it out there. Because I'm not the only one having this shit done to them. I guarantee you, if you think about it, you listening, or somebody that you know, right? I guarantee that you probably know somebody or have been through this type of shit yourself. They use the churches to steal houses. They use the law to steal houses. They use lawyers to steal houses. Okay? This is what they do. I can't believe this shit is happening to me. And I can't believe I put it all the fuck together. I caught a family member of mine trying to open my door, like pick my lock. And I ain't talking about none of my uncles. I'm not even going to say who it was, because I don't talk to him no more. But I got family I can't trust because they're involved with these people. I got family members that I got to tell, hey, if you deal with these people, stop fucking dealing with those people, because they're trying to steal your fucking grandparents' house or your mother's house or whoever. You know, it hurt me today when I had to go downstairs into my grandparents' room and show them on my phone that I found the Scannapieco Development Group or real estate company, knowing that they're friends with the Scannapiecos, or they've been befriended by the Scannapicos. My grandmother had the biggest smile on her face, like she really didn't understand what was going on or what was being said. She was smiling, shaking it, like, you know, nodding her head yes. That's sad. I want to say that to a family of people, Scannapiecos, to organization, to the streets, if y'all doing this to people, man, y'all pieces of shit. Y'all are pieces of shit for doing this to people. Y'all pieces of shit for doing this to people. And if I can, I'm going to give every ounce of my fucking energy to getting you guys locked the fuck up. To getting you guys justice. To getting justice for this shit. Because it has to stop. It has to. It has to stop. And I know if they doing it, there's a lot of other people out there doing it, man, stealing houses from people and property from people. People work hard for their shit, man. You know, people got lives. People got kids. You can't go around destroying people's lives because you feel slighted or you want their property or you just set up a scenario like a big... That's exactly what they did. It's like they set up a big-ass scenario, like a long-running fucking scenario, and they just let it play the fuck out. Be honest with you, that's what happened. It's a long-running fucking scenario that I wasn't even previewed to. Like, I just pop up on the scene. Next thing you know, I'm going through all this nut shit. You know, I don't know if I was meant to go through it, but I know that the Creator worked in mysterious ways. And I'm not going to, you know, I'm going to go with the flow. I was about to say question those ways, because the Creator works in mysterious ways. I'm not going to question those ways. I'm going to go with the flow. I feel like a salmon swimming upstream, man. Cause it's, you know, it's a deep thing, man. Every time I deal with somebody, it's this type of situation, you know, and a person really don't know who they fucking with until you get to the point where you just done getting fucked with. You know, I got a friend. He always say he's a lion on a hammock till you fuck with him. You gotta fuck with him a lot less than you had to fuck with me. Cause I be on my relaxed shit. I be in my spirit. You know, we walk in two realms. So I be on my spiritual realm a lot. I don't be on my physical a lot. I be on my spiritual. So a lot of times if a, you know, person could put some shit over on me because I'm not really on a same, like I'm not on no scheme time. You know what I mean? Like that's why you can get over on people that's in a spiritual state of mind than the physical state of mind. It's not because they're stupid or slow or naive or whatever or pushover. It's just because they have a bigger heart than you. They have something deeper. They feel deeper. It's more of a connection to God, to the Creator than you. You live in the physical. Yeah, you have that same connection, but you don't acknowledge it. That's why you can get over on somebody that's spiritual, like me. But once I come to your side, I'm bringing all that spiritual energy, I'm bringing that shit with me to the physical. You know, I'm not in this alone. I might seem like, but, you know, tell you the truth. Shit's, whether I make it right or whether y'all make it right, it's going to be made right. You know, so it is what it is. At this point, I did what I had to do. I did what I had to do. You know, I didn't want to do it because I really don't like dealing with, you know, law enforcement and things like that. Even though I'm low key, I can be kind of like, you know what I mean? I'm tactical too like them. I understand it. When you need them, you need them. But I'm tactical because when you need them, sometimes they're not there. And even dealing with this situation, you know, I've been trying to reach out to certain people here and there, and I haven't been able to get any help. Nobody don't want to touch these fucking people. And I understand why. But at the same time, I have to do something about it. I can't hear the name and hang up or turn a blind eye to what's going on because they're trying to do this shit to my family. They did this shit to me. Not trying, they've done this shit to me. You know, they're doing this shit. I'm trying to put a halt to it. It's a runaway train that I'm trying to put a halt to. I'm trying to put the emergency brakes on the fucking runaway train because this shit has been going on before I even knew it. Like, years before I known that they was doing this shit, they've had this plan. They just didn't plan for me to have trouble in my marriage, possibly, and come back to my grandparents' house. So then they had to figure out how to fuck my life up so I don't stop what they're trying to do to my grandparents. So I thank God that I went through something with my wife, even though my kids and me and even her, Angelique, we suffer. But I'm glad it happened because it put me in this place to realize that they're trying to steal my grandparents' property and I'm not having it. I'm not going for it. That's why I went to the feds. I went to the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I sent them an email. You know what I mean? I had to send them an email because they won't answer the call. I called the Masonic Order and all that shit. They won't answer the call. Anytime I try to tell them about this shit, they bang on me. It's deeper than just physical. I'm telling you, these people are connected on another level. It's deeper than just the physical. They have to be some type of Masonic order, some type of Eastern Stars, some type of organization that can move between the streets and the law with immunity. And I'm tired of it. Because there's a lot of people, a lot of older people that lose their fucking mind trying to fight against this type of shit. And you can't do anything about it. Because they got lawyers, they got everything wrapped around their fucking finger. The only thing they don't got wrapped around the finger is you. But they try to bait you in. This is why they try to get into your personal life. This is why they got into my grandparents' personal life and befriended my grandparents. Shit is asinine, man. I shouldn't be. We shouldn't have to go through this. You know? But it is what it is. And guess what? After all that shit, I still fucking love it. I still fucking love it. I just hate it had to come to this. I really do. I don't, I don't like people to hurt my family, and I don't like hurting other people. But at the same time, what's right is right. They ain't gonna come to me. And they're hard to fucking find. I'm on their ass, though. I'm on their ass. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I figure I'll put another, since they like to fuck with the organizations and all that shit, put some of the organizations on their ass. Let them talk to them, get in their ear. Have them cease and desist. Whatever the fuck they doing, right? Yeah, we back after these messages.